Hello kids, Alora, Shay. I think it's fantastic that you guys are thinking about starting to train on your own. And these are just some ropes that we have around the house. It's a lead rope. This one is a lunge rope. It's longer. It's got a chain on the end, and we don't really want to use that chain, but we might use the rope and its length to work with. This is another rope, which is kind of interesting. It has a handle and a loop on it. It's a little bit thinner here. This part is a little bit thinner, okay, than this one. So this one would be softer. And then we just have a normal rope halter with a lead rope attached. If we decide to work with a bigger horse, you can see Cookie has her pony halter on. And then this is a lunge line that does not have a chain shank on it, but has about the same feel to it as this one, this web lead line. Okay. Turn it off. Okay, so I've never worked with Cookie before with ropes, but I'm just going to use this rope and hook it to her nose. And I'm not going to ask her to really do anything except for just, well, love me and graze. But I'm going to make sure she's okay with this rope. I've selected this rope to work with first. And so I'm just going to start just by throwing the rope up over her back. And I can see that she's pretty sacked out. I want to make sure I can get it up over her rump and over her midsection and over her neck. Okay? And that she's not overly concerned about it. Now if she decides to take off and take a walk, I'll just step on the rope to keep her from going. But I definitely don't want her hind end to swing in and make it dangerous for me. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that she gets comfortable with having a rope around her leg. So I'm going to just wiggle this rope around her leg, because what we're trying to do is to solve that problem about not being able to use those back legs with your pony. Now my guess is with Sugar that when you come into the back, and you should be able to go all the way down just rubbing, and until you can go all the way down just rubbing with your hand, then you don't want to do this. So the first thing you have to do is just practice going down both legs and rubbing with your hand, okay? Then the next thing is to just make sure that you're standing away from the kicking motion. We don't want kick, right? It's just to kind of stand and rub that rope over and make sure she's not nervous, okay? And finally, what we can do is maybe get her used to picking up her front foot. And I'm just going to put a little pressure on there and ask her to put her front foot up. And then I'm going to let it go. Because I'm not asking for much, I just want her to give to it. Now I'm going to do this on both sides. Back her up so she's not stepping on that. And I'm going to show you how to go about doing it. Yes, dear. I'm going to show you how to do it on the back leg. So I'm going to come back here, and just for a moment, you're kind of a little bit dangerous, so you want to get looped, a double loop like that, and then maybe just kind of slide it down. And if she's nervous at that point, just do that slide. Don't try to pick up her foot. Then come in front of her where you're not going to be kicked, and just ask her to pull up her foot. Whoop, and then let it go. Okay, and then whoop, and then let it go. And you want to do this several times until she's just kind of relaxed about it and just lets you do it. Okay? Later on, you can get a little bit more complicated when she's comfortable with that, and you can ask for it to come backwards. Okay? It's a little harder. You can see she's a little bit more tense about it. Okay? But these should be separated by several days of working in the first position before you work in the second position. Now she's already getting a little bit gentler about that lift up back there. Okay? See? You're not going to really ask her to do a whole lot of time. Alright? And now finally, I might be able to ask her to get it up and stay up for a little bit. And I need to work with her more time before I do that, so I'm not going to do that. But that's the progression of using the ropes to get her foot to come up safely. Then later on, after that, you can run your hand down and just ask her to lift up her hoof. And then set it down. Do that 2, 3 days, however long it takes to do that gently. And then you can try to do it where you lift it up and you ask her to hold it like that. Where you got 2 hands, that's trapping it. That makes her a little bit more nervous. So get through that and then I'll give you the next lesson. I love you guys. Bye.